Hello and welcome to this India Today special, where today my colleague Akshita Nandgopal and I are joined by a very special guest, the Andhra Deputy Chief Minister Pawan Kalyan, the superstar, the power star of Telugu cinema as well. Pawan Kalyan, thank you very much for joining us on India Today. You're joining us when you're not just Deputy Chief Minister, but you're also releasing a new movie, Harihara Veeramallu, your new Telugu film. So I want to ask you, which role are you more comfortable in? The power star of cinema or the Hindutva hero of politics of Andhra Pradesh? Which is the real Pawan Kalyan? Hindutva hero or power star or both?
I don't consider myself either as a Hindutva hero or as a power star. What I do is whatever comes on my way, I try to give my best. As an actor, I'm comfortable. As a leader, I'm comfortable. As a deputy chief minister, I'm comfortable. Whatever that particular situation demands out of me, I give my 100% to it. So I'm comfortable in. I don't know about the Hindutva concept of it. I never looked at it as a Hindutva concept alone. I feel whatever is some kind of imbalance is there, when I address it, maybe people might be perceiving it as a Hindutva icon, but actually I feel I'm doing what is needed to be done. I hope that satisfies.
You're saying that you're not a Hindutva. Yeah, go ahead, Akshita. Go ahead, Akshita.
My apologies for interrupting. Pawan Kalyan garu, namaskaram. Meeru ela unnaru?
Namaskaram, bagunnanu cheppandi.
Namaskaram, sir. I just wanted to ask you, just to follow up on your role in Harihara Veeramallu also. The fact that, you're someone who takes on the Mughals, have the lines blurred? Is it about what you believe in also transcending into your films as well?
Not necessarily. Films, necessarily we get inspired from, especially this particular film has a historical background, and it is a fictitious drama, character called Harihara Veeramallu, and it's about Kohinoor diamond which had been found in Kollur, which is a part of Andhra Pradesh and the Krishna Basin. And it is a fictitious story, a fictitious character meeting Aurangzeb during his reign. And that's how the story unfolds. Though it is in the pursuit of to bring back Kohinoor back to Golconda, which is the task will be assigned by Kuli Qutub Shah, then the Nizam ruler. I think that's how it starts. I'm a character who would like to, who goes all the way out to Delhi to bring back Kohinoor, as Kuli Qutub Shah asks him to do it. That's how the story gets started. Film gets started, and once as the film unfolds, then we'll see whatever. The character gets unfolded in his multiple dimensions, and part of the entire the first part of the film is about what exactly happened during Aurangzeb era and how he ascended the throne, and what kind of atrocities he had done. That the glimpses will be there, not completely we are focusing on it, but nevertheless
so
it will be there.
Mughals are the villains. Are the Mughals the villains, sir?
In any film, there will be an antagonist, there will be a protagonist, and there will be a force of pro forces, there will be anti forces. In this film, the way story unfolds, definitely it is a rivalry between Kuli Qutub Shah and Aurangzeb. That's how we can look at it. And how hero fits into this entire scheme of things would be definitely yes. Aurangzeb is the antagonist in the film. Yes.
Okay, Rajdeep.
The reason I think that's important in a way to understand Pawan Kalyan, the biggest Hindi blockbuster of 2025 is Chhawa, where again it's Chhatrapati Shambhaji Maharaj versus Aurangzeb. Now you're making a film where again Aurangzeb is the antagonist. It almost seems as if whether Hindi cinema or Telugu cinema, making Aurangzeb or the Mughals the villains is the way to box office success. I saw a quote of yours where you said, why should the Mughals be shown only as great rulers, whether Akbar or any other ruler? they resorted to a lot of suffering. So is there a conscious attempt to paint the Mughals as the antagonists to attract box office? And this is where your role as a Hindutva hero in real life is merging with what you are showing on real life.
Not necessarily. Maybe it is, frankly speaking, it is a bit coincidental. I never planned a period film. This is a story not written by me, or I'm just an actor. And this film had been, this plot had been conceived by the original scriptwriter and the director, Mr. Krish, who came in 2018, I think, around 2018. Then he toyed with that idea, and it took him some time to start the film. I think it started around 4 to 5 years back, where even whatever was saying, where a lot of films are coming out where Aurangzeb is being projected as an antagonist. But we started quite early, and even we didn't even have a kind of BJP alliance, as I had said earlier. It has got nothing to do, but the story, when it started, it is more about Kohinoor. Kohinoor originated from Krishna Basin, mines of diamond mines of Krishna, which is situated in Andhra Pradesh. So it is more of a retrieval of Kohinoor from Peacock Throne. So incidentally, around that time where Aurangzeb had ascended the throne. So in that way, if you had to look at it, it is not because of my firm stand on certain Hindutva related issues. Yeah.
But what is your stand? Is your stand that we need to look at the Mughals more objectively? Is that your stand? That therefore we should look at the darker side of the Mughals?
Definitely,
because
no,
now
because,
even NCRT textbooks
Rajdeep,
are trying to project what they call a more objective
Definitely, because Mr. Rajdeep, I would like to share this with you. When we were in school, we had been taught about the glory of Mughals, what they had done. Definitely, they said they had projected the pious side of, the religious side of Aurangzeb, and he now used to, the best side of Aurangzeb had been portrayed in our school syllabus when we were in school. But parallelly, if we go back to our homes and all, we used to get to read a lot of literature. Especially, I don't know about Hindi, but I can say Mr. Prasad, who is a historical writer, and we used to read all his novels and all his books and historical depiction, historical characters, whatever, the historical novels. And there we could see another side of Mughals, and also the lot of South Indian dynasties or other dynasties of India he had written a lot about it. So my question at that, during school, not just for me, for my entire class of group of people, we used to discuss how come this is not being reflected in the syllabus. So it is not out of today, because of it happened today, not in NCRT had introduced. It's not about that. It is about the general feeling when we are growing up in school, growing into school in 80s. I think that's what we all had faced, and maybe we grew up. Everyone had a role to play. I became an actor and also became a leader. I think all this merged into one, but nevertheless, it just didn't happen because of the recent developments. No, it is always there.
Right.
Because they constantly
Akshita.
talk about the glory of Mughals, the good side of Mughals, good side of Aurangzeb, but they had never shown the negative aspect, the dark aspect of Mughal. I think if you want to say anything in an objective manner, I think they could have presented in school books or syllabus, they could have presented both good and bad, but they conveniently, his jizya, for example, his jizya. For being a Hindu, you have to pay a tax. And it was just a simple line. There's nothing else been elaborated on that. And but they're elaborating good things about him, positive things about him, how he never used to take money, he used to write books, write Quran, and I think he used to stitch some topis, something like that. I think why didn't they do it? So this was our question. I think this film looks at his darker side too.
Okay, so you're saying cover both sides, ensure everything is known of the Mughals era, of the Mughal dynasty. Pawan Kalyan Garu, also when we talk of this particular issue, I think another one that comes up is the language debate, which has been playing out for the last many years, that you dived into head first recently as well. What do you think? Do you think Hindi should be our national language? Is that what you're pitching for?
Frankly speaking, when I was in school, Hindi is a second language to all of us. Today I'm able to read and write Hindi only because I learned it in school. I don't know suddenly why it became a big issue in recent times, even in Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh shares borders with Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh shares border with Orissa, and Karnataka, we share borders with Tamil Nadu, we share borders with Orissa, and Telangana, of course, recently. And I don't know why we have to make a language issue as a big debate. If Telangana itself is mixed with Urdu mixed with Telugu, instead of you saying Aspatal, you call it as Davakhana. So what is so wrong? And even in Telangana, certain leaders are antagonizing Hindi. It's a quite surprising thing for me, surprising element to me, if I look at it. I don't know why everyone is sparking this language debate. I feel it is more than the Hindi itself. I think it is, maybe they don't like, because the hatred towards BJP or the hatred towards Modiji should not get diverted to Hindi language. I think that's how I frame it.
The
because
allegation
Hindi is
constantly,
very, very essential,
sir.
not just Hindi, all the language.
Yeah. No, the allegation constantly is that Hindi is being imposed by a certain political party, and your political detractors, to counter what you've said on Hindi, have raised what you've said years ago when you said to North Indian politicians, you know, don't bring your language, don't impose it on us.
No. I still stand by the same, because a language should be learned with a passion. No one has taught me English by force. They've created a necessity to learn English. I didn't. Today we are speaking in English not because of that we love English, because it has because of English rule or colonial rule, it became a necessity. In the same way, Hindi is also a necessity for me. Today I'm able to speak Tamil is because of it is. I love it, and it is a necessary way of a language to communicate, especially when I'm doing films. As I grew up in Chennai also. And so vice versa, if I go to Karnataka, that's what I try to speak. If I go to Maharashtra, I try to pick up a few lines of Marathi. I think that's what we all should understand. A multilinguistic approach or perspective is needed to each and every citizen of this nation. I think it is good for the linguistic integration and cultural integration. I firmly believe in it.
Rajdeep?
Would you go and say what you told us today in Tamil Nadu? Would Pawan Kalyan go and tell this to the people of Tamil Nadu? Because some of the most serious opposition to Hindi imposition has come from Tamil Nadu. Would you go to a Tamil Nadu and say we have to be a multicultural, multilingual language?
No.
Or
I
is
had
this
said,
Pawan Kalyan simply saying this because it suits his politics?
Rajdeep ji, what do I get by being convenient? I said I believe, because for me, because you have to understand, I love Hindi, I respect Hindi. Yeah, first of all, it is my second language in my school. I grew up in Chennai. There I liked Tamil. So there is, for me, always language is something way of communicating better, integrating better. That's how I look at it. If you want me, the question what you are asking is whether I would do the same thing, go to Tamil Nadu and say this. I think I had said it enough on Tamil channels also, and I had said it. I don't mind saying it if a question being asked. But my question is, if you look at Bharadiyar, a great poet from Tamil Nadu, and he grew up for formative years, he grew up in Kasi, Varanasi, and his pagadi will be like a turban of a Punjabi Sikh. And he said even in his attire he adopted, and he knows Hindi, and he adopted the Sikh turban as a part of his attire to integrate, this is every part of my nation should represent my attire. So I think there are great people in Tamil Nadu who welcomes Hindi, but only the question would be, the moment you try to impose something, the reluctance will be there. Even if a mother, when she tries to impose something, naturally we try to say we don't like it. But if you let people live, I think that's how we should get people used to should make people to learn Hindi. I think in that way, not by imposing, but making the importance why should we learn Hindi. And if you address people in a rational way and a logical way rather than imposing, I think that will yield the results. That's what I firmly believe in.
The reason I asked you this, Pawan Kalyan, is because there's a sense in recent times there's a growing north-south divide. There's a north-south divide politically and culturally. Therefore, when a Pawan Kalyan, for example, speaks about Sanatan Dharm Raksha, that you're going to protect Sanatan Dharm and that you're going to set up committees to protect Sanatan Dharm, there'll be those in Tamil Nadu, particularly with the Dravidian movement, who have a very different interpretation of Sanatan Dharm. That's why, as I said originally, you are now being seen as the Yogi Adityanath of the South, that you are consciously trying to promote a Hinduized culture in a milieu where there are others who have a very different perspective, who see an imposition of Hindustan on the South. How do you look at it? Is there a cultural battle? Is there a regional battle that's taking place? And is there a growing divide, you think, North versus South?
I don't know. I think this division is more about between political leaders than the people. People, they want to be at peace. They want to, people from Orissa, people from Bihar, people from Uttar Pradesh, people from all the way from Nepal or Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh. They go to southern parts of Tamil Nadu. They come to Andhra Pradesh. They go to Karnataka, and they do it. And we don't find any issues. So maybe certain people are there. Definitely some kind of troublemakers will be there in each and every state. Maybe one or few incidents might happen. I don't know. At least I read very few. Once or twice I read in. Over the social media, but otherwise, at large, I think it is always about political parties. It is not about with the people. There is no such thing, people being created north, south. No, culture is very integrated. In fact, Shankaracharya all the way went to Kashmir. He had set up all the ashram and Shankaracharya peeths. I think it is quite integrated. Like Yogi Ram Surat Kumar come all the way to Tiruvannamalai, and he became most revered saint over there. I think there is no such thing where we constantly speaking in media there is a divide, there is some kind of division. I think which I don't believe in it, and it depends. The majority of this nation are already integrated. Only once in a while, certain. It could be a few parties, it could be certain leaders. Maybe they try to spark the certain negativity around this language or cultural debate. Otherwise, it's people want to go progress. Right. People want to go ahead. They want to put an end to this kind of north-south or between regional and cultural. I think that's how I look at it, and that's what I truly work towards it, to strengthen that thought.
Akshita?
Not to disintegrate. I want to.
You know, the stand that you've taken, Pawan Kalyan Garu, on issues like language is in direct contrast to what Dravidian parties speak of. You've been visiting Tamil Nadu a lot. Like you said, your Tamil is very good. Now, unga press conference kuda paathe, so you speak crystal clear Tamil as well. You've been visiting Tamil Nadu a lot. Elections are coming up. Is the Janasena, is your party looking to expand also, grow beyond Andhra Pradesh, look perhaps to Tamil Nadu?
Definitely, I have a lot of good support system is there in Tamil Nadu because of the ideology or the way maybe people are connected with my thought process. But personally, I know that single-handedly I built the party for the last 10 to 12 years, and before I had worked with other party. And to develop a party, it takes a very deep, a very long time, and a deep commitment is needed. I am not in a hurry. I am not in interest to grab power in each and every state. For me, it is not that. For me, I'm very, if my party, if it wants to advance its interests, it should be more for the cultural and national integration or linguistic integration. It is not to grab power. Sometimes I might not, for the last 10 years, I never had power till recently, but I stood for my ideals. So in that way I look at it, Tamil Nadu is a place which I would like to go ahead, maybe not necessarily for to take a part, to develop a party or to let it progress. We need a very committed individual to take the ideals of the party forward. As of now, I have great supporting system. If such kind of leaders are there, we don't know how it unfolds. But as of now, I am not thinking in those lines.
But Pawan Kalyan, you mentioned ideology and ideals. Pawan Kalyan Garu, what are the ideology and ideals of the Janasena? 5 years ago or 6 years ago, you said Che Guevara and Fidel Castro were your heroes. You once told me Jai Prakash Narayan was your hero, but you seem broadly very leftist just 6-7 years ago. Today your hero is Narendra Modi.
I don't know
you have shifted from Che Guevara and Castro. You have shifted from Che Guevara to Narendra Modi.
Rajdeep ji. No, I like the way you frame your questions, and I love the way you speak, you conduct. But let me be very frank with you. Even now I like Che Guevara. I love him, I respect him. And even sometimes when I used to go to America, certain people say, you like Che Guevara. You know, we Americans, we don't, you know how much we like him in a sarcastic way. For me, I look at Che Guevara because let me tell you about my background. You have to understand where I come from. Suddenly, because I became an actor, suddenly I started a political party. I'm not saying this. I grew entire southern part of India, especially Andhra Pradesh or certain part, not even Tamil Nadu, especially Andhra and Telangana, is very much, no matter whether they're left parties or so-called democratic parties, there is a left leaning in the political ideological framework in each and every party. And my father was a member of a combined communist party before it got split into CPI and CPM. And including my uncle and one of my maternal uncles also, my mother's maternal uncle also. He used to head a small district unit as a CPI secretary or something for some kind of workers' union. For me, it is not. I grew up with a left-wing thought ideology, socialistic ideology rather, I can say, not even left, but I can say socialistic ideology. We used to get a lot of literature from Soviet land, like we can say Soviet land and all these things. We respect that. Equality for all, justice for all is what everyone strives for. But at the same time, my father is also a great devotee of Lord Rama. So we can't say a man who is seeking social justice or who stands for social justice does not mean that he has to keep, he not necessarily has to be an atheist. He could be a believer, he could be a great devotee, and also he can propagate the ideology of social justice. I think that's where my background comes from, my cultural background. So I see social justice and devotion both go hand in hand in our families, and more or less if you look at the entire Andhra Pradesh, even hardcore communist leaders had become devotees in their later years, including the late Gaddar also. In fact, I had asked the Baladi Gaddar when he visited, he wrote a song.
So who is your hero?
Poet,
so who is your
who criticized?
So Pawan Kalyan Gadu, who's your hero? Narendra Modi or Che Guevara? Who's your hero number one?
Yeah.
Who's
Narendra
your hero
Modiji
number one?
Leader,
Che Guevara or Narendra Modi?
I respect him and no. Listen to me, sir. Please, sir. You should let me speak. And Che Guevara is, why do you confine only me to, because Che Guevara is maybe everyone likes it, maybe they're trying to project it. I also projected, I like Ram Manohar Lohia, I like Loknayak Jai Prakash Narayan, and I like Gandhiji. And if you look at when I started a Common Man Protection Force, maybe Akshita ji can give you those visuals. Akshita ji, when I started a Common Man Protection Force, which is the formative platform for Janasena, and if you look at the background, I think those were the people who inspired me. There's a Swami, if you look at it. So it is a very cultural, it is a quite an integrated approach, which I had taken the best of people whom I read, whom I like about the kind of their work. I had read their works and I liked their thoughts. I think I picked up a lot of good ideas from each and every one, and I integrated as a whole for Janasena and of course contemporary political situations. In the meanwhile, definitely I look, especially why, if you ask me, Rajdeep ji, why do I like, if you ask me my hero, it is not about hero. I firmly believe this nation needs a very strong leader. And when Mumbai blasts happened, when terrorists attacked Mumbai, and that point of time I was in Varanasi, went to immerse my father's ashes. I was there for 2.5 days, and the way it lasted for 72 hours, the mayhem had continued for 72 hours. At that point of time, I felt this country needs a very strong leader. Even terrorists should be scared to attack us. I think we need a very strong leadership person who should head the country. I think that quality I have found in Narendra Modiji, and that's where I started. When I initiated the party, that's where I openly came and supported him, and that's what I continue to do. But my ideas are different, and still I like Che Guevara, still I like Ram Manohar Lohiya, still I like Loknaik Jayaprakash. My ideals didn't go, but I aligned with him in this way. That's it.
Right. Akshita, Telugu question.
I think the question everyone will be asking right now, Pawan Kalyan garu, bringing the focus back to Harihara Veeramallu, because as a Power Star fan, I want to know, this is your first film that's being released after you took charge as the Andhra Pradesh Deputy Chief Minister. How hard is it, Pawan Kalyan garu, to be a power star and a power neta?
For me, my priority, my heart always goes for social transformation and politics, right from even before I entered into cinema. I'm a very socially conscious personality, right from my childhood. Films later latched on to me. It's a quite tough job. It's a quite tough job. Here, the tough part is, okay, here you go, you fight against your rivals, you go and fight with your, you talk about public policy. Suddenly you come back to cinema and try to shake a leg, try to say something in a dramatic way. There I really struggle to say that. I really struggle. And for me, if you examine, even for me, action sequence comes out naturally because I'm trained in martial arts, so that comes out naturally. And dialogue's also okay. But sometimes a little melodrama is needed, or some kind of dance is needed. I find it, frankly speaking, I find quite a bit awkward to do it. There I find it really, should I continue acting, or should I have given up long back? But the only thing is lack of my financial source is only cinema. I think I have to do this.
You know, you always said that you didn't really plan to get into acting, but it's something that happened with you. So you're saying very candidly that you do this because you need the money to continue funding your political dreams of transforming Andhra? Is that what you're telling us?
No, I need, because for me politics is a way of national service to me. It is not something, it's not otherwise. If politics is meant for anybody, it is a social, it's a national service. It is a service to society. And if I would have had enough money, or if I would have had a continuous stream of income, I don't think I would do films. Because films, more than films, my passion is more for public life and people and politics.
Okay. Okay, so power neta over power star, Rajdeep.
We're going to leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to leave it there, Pawan Kalyan. I know you've had a very busy schedule. You're both power neta, power star. I thought, Akshita, you want to give one line in Telugu to sum up what Pawan Kalyan means for his fans?
Rajdeep, whatever I say, I know his fans will feel let down, but I will say this, that Pawan Kalyan garu, I hope Harihara Veeramallu is as good as my favorite Pawan Kalyan film, which is Gabbar Singh. So I hope it's as good as that.
Hopefully enjoy it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, Rajdeep ji. Thank you, Jai.
Pawan Kalyan.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Pawan Kalyan garu. Thanks, Akshita, for giving us a sense of what Pawan Kalyan means to his millions of fans. That was an India Today special. Thanks for watching.
You're watching Super 6. I'm Akshita Nandgopal, and let's begin with breaking news that's coming in right now on who will be the next Vice President. Revanth Reddy has now made a pitch for someone from Telangana to be picked to be the next Vice President of the country. Amid speculation and buzz over who are the contenders, Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy has said the next Vice President must be from Telangana. He's put on names too. He's named Bandaru Dattatreya, saying he's a good candidate to be the next Vice President of the country. Now, this is in fact Revanth Reddy's pitch, saying South needs to be given more importance. South Indians should be represented more. And so the Telangana Chief Minister has pitched for someone from Telangana. He's even mentioned the name of the veteran politician Bandaru Dattatreya to be made the vice president. We'll have to wait and watch to see if this is something that the government, or for that matter the opposition, when they put forth their candidate, actually consider.
मैंने जो धनखड़ जी का रिजिग्नेशन अब किस लिए किया मुझे पता नहीं, वो अनफॉर्चुनेट। दूसरी बात, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया तेलंगाना को देना है, क्योंकि पिछले बार हमारे वेंकैया नायडू था, राष्ट्रपति बनाने के लिए चर्चा हुए, उनका अन्याय किए, वापस भेज दिए दिल्ली से, घर खाली करवा देके तेलुगु भाषा बोलने वाले को आप घर वापसी कर दिए। तो उसको सुधारने के लिए हमारे बंडारू दत्तात्रेय जी का खाली हरियाणा गवर्नर का जिम्मेदारी खत्म हो गए, और बंडारू दत्तात्रेय जब केंद्र मंत्री था, उनका केंद्र मंत्री खींच लेके किशन रेड्डी को दे दिए। हमारा बंडी संजय जी अध्यक्ष था, आज ब्राह्मण रामचंद्र राव को दे दिए। तो साउथ और खासकर तेलंगाना में जितने भी ओबीसी है, सबका गला काट दिए एनडीए ने। सो सौपुन माफ करने के लिए दत्तात्रेय जी को वाइस प्रेसिडेंट बनाए तो ठीक रहता है, क्योंकि तेलंगाना को आप इतना अन्याय नहीं कर सकते। देश में हिंदी के बाद दूसरी भाषा तेलुगु ज्यादा बोलने वाले, पहला हिंदी है, दूसरा तेलुगु है, तीसरा बंगाली है। तो साउथ पर्टिकुलर तेलुगु हमारे लोगों को अन्याय किए। मैं एनडीए सरकार से ये डिमांड कर रहा हूं, क्योंकि ओबीसी का चर्चा बहुत तेजी से चल रहा है। ओबीसीओं का केंद्र मंत्री था दत्तात्रेय, गला काट दिए। बंडी संजय जी अध्यक्ष था, उनका भी गला काट दिए। तो इसीलिए दत्तात्रेय जी को अगर वाइस प्रेसिडेंट बनाए तो थोड़ा बहुत आपका गुनाह कुछ माफ हो जाएंगे।
Let's get you now an India Today exclusive news break on the Enforcement Directorate's crackdown on betting apps, as a result of which there are a series of celebrities also who are in the dock, who the Enforcement Directorate is investigating for their link to these betting apps. We've got details here on India Today of the betting empire's fame fraud nexus and hundreds of celebrities' names that are now being looked into. We've been reporting here on India Today of the southern stars, the Tollywood stars who've been in the ED scanner. But it's not just restricted or limited to Tollywood. This spreads much beyond, cutting across film industries, and even cricketers' names have now emerged. Let's get you first this exclusive report filed by Munish Pandey.
A high-stakes scandal is unfolding across India as the Enforcement Directorate cracks down on illegal betting apps in major cities including Mumbai, Delhi and Hyderabad. 4 Tollywood stars, Rana Daggubati, Vijay Deverakonda, Prakash Raj and Lakshmi Manchu, have been summoned by the ED in a betting app case, but this isn't just limited to Hyderabad. In fact, India Today has accessed the full list of such betting apps that have been looked into. What's truly shocking is that the ED's probe has uncovered a glittering web of celebrity involvement, with dozens of stars allegedly hired to endorse, promote or perform on these shady platforms. Behind the glam and the glitz lies a murky nexus between fame and fraud, where big names may have helped fuel an underground betting empire. These celebrities were reportedly paid large sums of money, and the ED suspects that the payments came from proceeds of crime earned through unlawful betting operations.
Glitz, glamour and crime. This is what the ED is investigating now. Performing or promoting for a company isn't crime, but if the money which the stars have received is tainted, then they become beneficiary of proceeds of crime. And this is exactly what the ED is investigating.
So let's give you now the list of celebrities who are facing the heat of ED. Some of the biggest Bollywood celebrities have been named in the Fair Play betting app case. Superstar Ranbir Kapoor allegedly received money from this company. Rapper Badshah was allegedly paid 5 crores by Fair Play. Jacqueline Fernandez, who's already facing the ED heat in the Sukesh case, is also under the radar. Even celebrities like Hrithik Roshan and Shraddha Kapoor allegedly received money. Varun Dhawan, Kriti Sanon are some of the other B-Town celebrities who find themselves in trouble in this case. Sources say these actors will be questioned soon by the ED. But they are not the only ones who are in trouble. The likes of Vidyut Jamwal, Nargis Fakhri and Malika Sherawat, among others, are also in the dock. In another betting case, the ED is looking into involving the Magic Win company. But it isn't just actors. Cricketers too are in the dock. Yuvraj Singh, Shikhar Dhawan, Yuzvendra Chahal, Suresh Raina and Shreyas Iyer have been named. Suresh Raina and Dhawan have even been summoned by the ED, but they have failed to appear. Sources say fresh summons will be issued soon.
At this point of time, according to sources, the priority for the ED is to recover money from these celebrities which they have received from these illegal betting apps. And that is why ED at this point of time is focusing on recovery of money rather than filing criminal charges against these celebrities. Munish Pandey in Delhi for India Today.
So there are different betting apps right now under the scanner, and that's something the Enforcement Directorate is looking into. But these celebrities' names have emerged. Why? Because they've been linked to these betting apps and promoting them. The agencies have maintained that these apps are not allowed to function in India. But the Enforcement Directorate steps in. Why? Because according to them, they believe that illegal proceeds of crime is what is being used to pay several of these celebrities, and that's why the lens is on them as well. So let's break this down. If there is action that's taken against all of the stars that we've named for you and many, many more that we have on that list, what could happen? What action could the stars face? Well, first, there's a possibility that the Enforcement Directorate will summon them for questioning on deals, on payments, on awareness also about what these betting apps do, to know whether these celebrities had gone into it knowing full well the illegality of what's happening. Second, about whether illicit payments were being done. If yes, if any of these celebrities were getting proceeds of crime, essentially, it could mean that essentially they're named in the ED charge sheet, which means double-fold the trouble for any of these celebrities, actors, cricketers, all of them. Assets linked to dirty money can be frozen or seized. If there's a clear money trail that establishes exactly where the money went, what assets were purchased using the same after the ED charge sheet, it could mean also the seizure of assets. Now, there could even be abetment charges against the celebrities, because remember that the primary allegation against them is that they were linked to these betting app companies for promotions. And that is essentially abetment based on really the law book. So that's a challenge for them. There could also be a possibility that the Enforcement Directorate with asset attachment looks to also recover all of that money. And then, of course, for celebrities, it's all about their public image. There will be backlash, brand loss, damaged reputation if the Enforcement Directorate does find any dirt on any of them. Let me bring in Munish Pandey, who got us this exclusive news break and has with him all of the details of the betting apps that are under the scanner and how many celebrities we're actually talking about. Abdul Bashir is with us from Hyderabad because of those Tollywood actors who've been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate. Munish, I'll come across to you. Just break down the one basic question everyone's asking: if these betting apps are illegal, how is it that they're managing to sign these kind of deals with celebrities? And does that mean the celebrity also is culpable?
Well, Akshita, this is a very important question because, in at least half dozen illegal betting cases which the Enforcement Directorate is probing at this point of time, more than 100 celebrities are under scanner of the Enforcement Directorate, not only for promoting these illegal betting apps, but also for performing on the celebration galas of these illegal betting, applications. Now, as far as these illegal betting applications are concerned, initially they will open this as a platform where you can bet on a particular game or a particular, sports. But the moment they sign a celebrity, the celebrity is not aware whether the money he or she is getting in exchange of performing or promoting that particular app is tainted or not. And that is why most of these celebrities are not even aware that the money which they have received is tainted. And this is why ED is, probing these actors. Now, as far as ED is concerned, under Prevention of Money Laundering Act, Akshita, one thing is very clear. If you are beneficiary of proceeds of crime, then you are under investigation of the Enforcement Directorate. And that is why these celebrities, because they have received money, which is possibly the tainted money, ill-gotten money from these application companies, they are under scanner of Enforcement Directorate. Not only celebrities, big cricketers also like Suresh Raina, Yuvraj Singh, Yuzvendra Chahal, they are also under scanner of Enforcement Directorate. Most of them have been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate. Some will be summoned by the ED. But the prime focus for the ED is to recover that money, not to file any criminal case against them, just because they have a benefit of doubt that, they were not aware if the money which they are receiving is illegal or not.
It's important what you're highlighting, Manish, essentially that every celebrity that we're talking about here, actors, cricketers, at this point, you cannot say that all of them are guilty of any sort of crime. It's something that's up for investigation now. And as Manish says, they are being given the benefit of doubt that they did not know. And it's very much possible because if these deals were being done legally, then the celebrity cannot be blamed for what's happened. But there is also a focus here on what's been happening in Hyderabad, which is where the Enforcement Directorate has moved forward with their investigation. 4 stars, Rana Daggubati, Prakash Raj, Vijay Deverakonda, Lakshmi Manchu, they all received summons from the Enforcement Directorate. So, Abdul, as far as Hyderabad is concerned and Tollywood is concerned, that investigation has moved along rather quickly. Has there been any statement, any reaction from any of these actors on the allegations against them or on the ED summons?
Well, the celebrities have not reacted to this particular allegation, but these allegations are big. These allegations of deceptive advertisements or the promotions that the celebrities have done, mainly the southern stars Vijay Deverakonda, Prakash Raj, Lakshmi Manchu, and Rana Daggubati. They have been summoned by the ED, wherein Rana Daggubati was summoned on 23rd July, that is today, where now a fresh summons have been issued to appear on the 13th of next month. Now, Prakash Raj has to be appearing before ED on July 30, is what the summons have directed him. And Vijay Deverakonda has to appear on August 9th and Lakshmi Manchu on August 13th. So now Rana Daggubati was said to be appearing before ED, but because of a film shoot, he had requested a further time, a postponement of this questioning that the ED has to do in the betting app case. So August 13th is the next stage that has been given to Rana Daggubati, where Lakshmi Manchu and Rana Daggubati both will be appearing on the same day, where Prakash Raj and Vijay Deverakonda on the other day. So this is what the actors have now been under scanner for these betting apps. However, there is no reaction from the celebrities yet on these particular apps concerned. But yes, the ED has geared up its investigation into this case.
Okay, we will track the latest that comes in on the investigation in Hyderabad. But the larger picture too, as Munish told you, is that there are multiple such betting app cases that the ED is looking into, in which several stars' names have emerged. And in the months to come, we'll know whether they're also accused now of receiving proceeds of crime, or whether they'd signed this deal knowing fully that this was a legal agreement and nothing more. Thanks very much, Munish. Thank you to Abdul also for joining us on this broadcast here on India Today. As we track that story very closely, we'll continue telling you all about the ED investigation and their crackdown on these illegal betting apps.